around my nigga. You know, where y'all go? Y'all just gonna ride off on them in the middle of talking, y'all? Y'all just ride off on nobody when they talking. Because a lot of people underestimate raincoats, and that's what where you going, girl? Where you going? We were just getting started, man. We was having a good conversation. You just gonna walk off mid-conversation? Is that a culture thing out here? Y'all just walk off mid-conversation? You better ring my bell before you... Oh, wait. You swatting me off like I'm a fruit fly out here? I'm a fruit fly to you, You and your grocery bags, girl. Don't you ever just wave me off like, we got Captain Sable out here with the subpar kicks, your little low-budget supermarket sneakers on. I got something for you right here. Feel that in the thigh meat, player. It's time for the double up, though, playboy. Yeah, okay. Oh, you kicking? Yeah. Oh, we shoving now, huh? We shoving? Yeah, you better use the treaty of event, swinging the safety. No, don't try to blend into the crowd. Trying to blend into the crowd like they gonna save you? Oh, and where the hell you going, tight pants? Come over here, tight pants. Where you going, man? You know, them pants ain't built for the running you trying to do. Come over here and feel the ramifications of being nosy.
I love it.
I see that. To be fair, I see it a little while ago.
I've never seen it.
You want to do the intro first?
No, it's cool, man. I love that. Have you ever had a fight with a goat before?
I've never seen it.
Have you seen that, Liz? Have you had a fight with a goat before?
No, never.
Would you try to?
No, they've always been all right with me. We're on good terms. I used to have a goat.
Fuck having a fight with a goat. Oh, welcome everyone everywhere to the Elite Thinking Club. I'm Chris, Jules, Julien, and I'm with my co-hosts tonight, Liz and Michael. You right, guys?
Yeah, very good, very good. Sorry,
I'm good.
So I am with
you.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, we are now going into season 5, so it's now honestly stepping up our game. We've got 294 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button on there and hit the like button if you're watching us on Facebook Live as well. We really appreciate the support, everyone that's been there since the start. Obviously, we're into our second year now as well. But what is the Elite Thinking Club? The Elite Thinking Club is a place for elite thinkers, basically critical thinkers. And we do that because you cannot change anything unless you're willing to understand it. And you cannot understand it unless you're willing to explore it. A good debate doesn't get ugly. We may talk of things that make people feel vulnerable. Beliefs held sacred may be challenged because of life experiences, but we're not trying to make people wrong or to incite riot, but simply explore. So welcome to the Elite Thinking Club. Liz, Michael, it's one of those episodes tonight where some of the videos I've picked definitely worth chatting about. Do you know what I mean? It's we've got you know that video at the start. Obviously, it's just for a laugh.
I'm excited that we got videos.
Yeah, definitely. This new software lets us have videos. But what videos? Obviously, you viewing now, if you've watched any of our previous videos, you'll see that we did everything on Zoom, and therefore to share videos, and that was just long. But we're using Riverside now, and hopefully it's just going to be awesome. So let's go straight into it. Guys, obviously, are you for this Ukraine war or against this Ukraine war? I mean, what's your views, and honestly, what's your views on that? Like, I know we shouldn't really go into politics and stuff, but let's go into it. Like, me personally, I'm asking you first. You tell me what you think.
Well, that's quite a difficult thing to go into, because obviously war isn't good for anything.
I'm not.
But Putin wants to take them over. So them fighting back is what's got to happen.
Liz?
I just think war is completely unnecessary, and I think that it's costly, not just financially, but with lives. And I think that it's, powerful people sitting in a room that meet each other, causing people who don't ever meet each other and who are strangers to kill each other. And I just think it's senseless. I think it's madness, and I'm definitely not for it at all. I think that, they need to negotiate peace ASAP to save any more cost and lives and innocence. And Yeah, it's all political, it's all corrupt, and I just think it's all unnecessary. I'm not pro-war or at all. So
That's interesting. I'm definitely.
I just think it's getting escalated.
I definitely feel like now it is ridiculous how human beings find a need to hurt or conquer other human beings in this day and age. Like, to see us all as still different nations with like global domination in mind. How? Why? Are we not beyond that yet? Are we not understanding that we are one, and we can have a thriving economy if we all learn to participate in trade and just, you get what I mean? Like, don't start nothing, won't be nothing, so to speak. But the reason why I asked that, especially to the viewers, I definitely want to know what you guys think. So don't hesitate to comment. Let us know what you think. We want to know what you think, as always. Just how deep this really is. I mean, do you have any personal vendetta against any other countries? And if so, for what reason? Really? Now, what got me the most about it is how the media have made, like, and I know on previous episodes, we've talked about mainstream media and how they manipulate facts to try and sway your perception of what it is. Do you know what I mean? Because let's get it right. War's been around for a long time. It's always happening. There's always conflict in certain countries. It's just whether or not you give a shit about those countries or not. So my first take on the Ukraine thing was, realistically, I don't care about it no more or no less than I do about developing countries in Africa. I don't care about it no more and no less than I did about Syria. I don't care about it no more or no less than I do about other countries that get bombed and no one even talks about. Do you know what I mean? All of a sudden, this is getting rammed down our throats, rammed down our necks like it's mainstream news, and I'm supposed to give a shit about it? Why? You didn't care when I didn't give a shit about any other country like I just previously
Because you're told
mentioned.
to.
Right. Michael, can you run the clip of that guy asking the other guy about whether he cares or not?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what's his
I know
what's his,
yeah.
No, I'm talking about. Watch this, guys. Let us know.
How do you feel about the recent war and the occupation and invasion that's happening? How do you feel as a Zionist?
Ukraine?
I'm asking you. How do
No,
you
I'm
feel?
saying which war? The Ukrainian war.
Well, is there another one?
There's many wars all around the world, but in the West we tend to focus only on one of them. But yeah, you're talking about the Ukrainian war.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's a terrible war, yeah. And can I preempt your question?
No, but
Are you going to make the very, very, very... I think what's going to happen here...
I'm talking about Palestine.
Ali, you said you say the talk. Yeah, I think what we see here is every time there is a conflict, Palestinian anti-Israel activists will try to make it about Palestine. They will hijack every single cause and make it about them. As 1 million Ukrainians are forced to flee their houses, Russian bombs drop on families. Ali wants to make this about the Palestinians. Last year, and almost every year of the conflict for the last 10 years, less than 100 people have died on both sides of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. Yet Ali wants to make an equivalency between the Ukrainians and the Palestinians. It's disgraceful and shameless. Shame on you.
Jeez. It's quite strong, no?
Yeah,
It's quite strong.
It's true, though, isn't it? There's
Yeah,
wars
but
everywhere.
what I was Go on.
Yeah, I mean, there's wars happening all the time. I think it's more to the front because it's First World War, like first world countries that are fighting, rather than us just carpet bombing another country that hasn't got the means to do it.
You see, I see both these guys' points. I understand that it's frustrating to hear people still screaming about wars like or bombings in Palestine, and the guy's saying, well, we're not talking about Palestine now, we're talking about Ukraine. And it's like, well, why didn't you give a shit about Palestine? Why are you caring so much about Ukraine? And that's like where that other guy is coming from, I suppose. But then the other guy is saying, what's the other guy saying? Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah, we're not even talking about that. Do you know what I mean? And this is where I'm just saying, this is where I stand. I ain't representing no one else but me. I can't really give a shit about either. And some people don't want to hear that. Some people don't want to hear. I just really don't. Because until I see on the TV, give £2 a month to help a country that has always needed my help since the longest I've been alive. Like, as long as I've been alive, there's always been adverts to help developing countries, right? Countries that were absolutely raped by other countries, but, show pity and whatever. But I don't see people waving Facebook banners for those countries. And now Ukraine's taken a bit of a hit. Everyone's like, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. Why? What's phasing you so much? What shape?
I never saw any profile pictures for Yemen, Syria. I also never saw, British food and British drink being chucked down the sink or chucked in the bin when we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan.
It's just
Never saw, like the Russian people as well are innocent in this. So the Russian people who are going about their everyday work, their everyday lives, now are losing their jobs, not being able to pay their bills, not being probably able to buy food because the person that happens to be the president of their country and their nation decides to go and do something and invade another country. They're being sanctioned for it when it's nothing to do with them, and they are not, I'm pretty sure, pro-war at all. They don't want it, but yet their lives are now being destroyed because of it. So you've not only got the innocent Ukrainians that are being, done over by their own corrupt Ukrainian government and the Russians, you've also got the Russians being done over by the rest of the world, Apple shutting down in their country, Coca-Cola shutting down, people, chucking away vodka. Don't waste the drink, and, they're pouring it down as if Putin's going to be bothered by that. He doesn't care about your voddy and your blimmin', up north in England if you're throwing it down the sink. It's just ridiculous. I just feel like it's just mad. And everywhere I've gone this week, it's donations for Ukraine, stand with Ukraine. I feel like I'm literally having it shoved down my throat and told that I must do this and I must do that. And I refuse to be told how to think and how to feel. And I will take my own take on it by looking into it myself.
Yeah,
and just
definitely.
So,
Michael, have you got anything else to say on that before we watch the next video?
Well, no, not really. It's whatever I'm going to say has been said. It's going to be said many more times. However you look at it, I mean, I've said before about war being, we need a war to stop the pronouns and stuff because people got too much time in their hands to make up pronouns for this and that.
Talking about pronouns, play the video on the pronouns that we were going to show. We'll come back to the war in a sec, guys. Watch this one. This is like another.
You're bloody right about the pronouns, that's for sure.
Pronouns.
Oh my god!
Run it, Michael. Show.
Today my mind is just.
You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. It's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and no matter whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. That's grammar. That's language.
So you think it's a delusion? Someone is self-delusional.
Yeah, I think it's delusion. It could be mental.
He's got a point, to be fair. We'll come back to the war. What do you think about that? Viewers, let us know what you think about that. Hit the comments. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe and the like button because we're going in tonight. Yeah, I agree with him, to be fair. If I identify, which I do, as handsome, good looking, awesome, I expect everyone to, address me as what I am identifying as. Is that fair? That's fair, isn't it?
Well.
Yeah, but is it logical? Because I want to sit here and say that I identify as Mrs. Hardy, Mrs. Edward Thomas Hardy. But in reality, am I?
Well,
no.
Depends how much you talk about.
So
we're going to get a lot of stick to this. But at the end of the day,
come on,
I don't
seriously.
care. It's my show. I say what I like. And
I have to say,
go on.
People can be, and they are free, absolutely free to be who they want to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's their choice. However, I did see something which I shared with you guys on our group chat, didn't I, earlier, with regards to a newspaper article where it said a guy had given birth to a baby and he was happy that he finally got to give birth to a baby. I thought I was reading it wrong. I thought I needed my glasses.
Yeah.
When I clicked on the article, it was obviously someone who was born a female, identifies as a trans male, and the article was based around that person giving birth and having a baby. But I found that misleading because I know he cannot give birth. Full stop.
Yeah.
Men cannot give birth.
Yeah. I mean, A comedian said that before as well.
They're
didn't he?
free to that person is free to absolutely say that that's how they feel. They feel like a man and they want to identify as a man. But seriously, we should not be normalizing he gave birth, because children in the next generation are going to get so confused because men cannot give birth. Fact.
Yeah, I'd see it. A comedian said that you see a headline that said, man gave birth, and then when he read into it, it said about it actually was born a female, now identifies as a man. So that title was wrong then, isn't it? The actual title should have been
yes,
female
it's
gave birth.
misleading. It's misleading.
Female who identifies as a male.
Exactly, it's
gave birth.
misleading.
Yeah.
Right. Then.
And I just feel like the articles are just they're being pushed out there, and that's another thing getting rammed down our throats. All these, I was just scrolling and the article popped up and I thought, he has not given birth. No, he can give birth, physically can give birth. Come on, let's
on that,
get a grip with it.
On that, sort of
it's all good and well.
On that, talking about the media and not fake news, but manipulating the headlines or the story. Run that clip, Michael, about the fake war footage. You know, the one that watch this, guys, and let us know what you think about this, because this is really important. This really does grind my gears when I say the media.
This photo is actually being shared.
It's eye-opening for
as
people
supposed evidence that the war in Ukraine is a hoax and that victims are actually actors called crisis actors hired to act out scenes from an attack. And here's another photo. Both of these images are from a 2020 Ukrainian TV series called Contamin, which has nothing to do with the Russian invasion. This third image has been spread by accounts supporting Russia. It's a video, and seconds into it, it shows one of the body bags moving and someone gets out. Now, social media posts claim that this was filmed in Ukraine and proves the war is a hoax. But the video clip is from a climate change protest in Vienna in February, as reported by the Austrian newspaper Österreich.
Right. So.
What?
Dodgy, isn't it?
What can you believe, though, when you're presented with that?
Exactly. And to take from that, what I'm saying is the media is so untrustworthy now, in a sense that that they will do anything for a story. And even if there are facts, if it doesn't play to, spark interest, they'll manipulate the title. But this is what smacks it now. We've got people presenting footage from other things with the motive to sway people into believing it is something else, and it's like, we can't win with this. We need reliable sources now. And the worst thing about it is people actually believe mainstream media is a reliable source. Do you get what I mean? Now, I'm just saying, because you guys know that I go live on TikTok, yeah? And if anyone's still not on it yet, you need to get rid of that old mindset and stigma thinking it's just for kids dancing. You really need to get your head out your ass on that one and actually take a look for yourself. Tell you what, go and search and see what I'm doing on it, yeah? But what I'm saying is, we now have the power to go live streaming at the actual event, at the actual place where shit's going down. People can use their phone and literally you're getting live stream footage of an event. So mainstream media that chat shit, right? Chat shit aren't there. Liz, you go to the marches in London, don't you? You're live streaming while you're there. And therefore, we can see there are thousands of people marching, thousands and thousands. Yet you will not hear that on your BBC News. You won't see that. They don't report that. They don't want you to know that. So all I'm saying is tune in to reliable sources of information and stop believing the BS. Yeah? Stop believing the bullshit.
And also
for real.
Compare from every single one. Because we did that thing about Carl Rittenhouse a little while ago.
Yep.
That while it was on trial, most of the media was just talking shit about it. And even after, they were still talking shit about it. But even now, ages after, people are still so convinced because of the mainstream media and just spoke bullshit about it. They still believe that is the case. Like Candice Williams, another quite big YouTuber, she still gets Twitter things to her saying, "Oh, if you supported Carl Rittenhouse, if he was there, he would have killed you." It's like, but he only shot at white people, so I think I'm safe.
Yeah, honestly, if you haven't seen that episode yet, I'll put a link in the description.
It's so mad how they can manipulate you and what you think. It's absolutely mad. I feel like it's jumped from, like, it was every day I was waking up, COVID, and then suddenly, boom, that's gone. See you later, bye. None of that anymore. It's now Ukraine, Russia.
Yes, Liz.
Energy prices, boom. Everything to do with the war, sanctions. And it's like, hold on a minute. Whoa. What if I religiously listened to the MSM, I would be sitting there thinking, hold on a sec, how come the emergency's gone and now it's on all focused about the war?
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the news from around the world?
Exactly. Liz, you hit the nail on the head there. I did a story the other day on my Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram or any other platforms, guys, check us out. Go take a look, because we post in our lives, basically. But yeah, I posted on my Instagram the other day, stand by for this. I believe that once this Ukraine shit dies down, or when they want it to end, or when they know that we're no longer believing it, or when we've completely forgot about COVID, they're going to drop the bombshell that the Queen's dead. I've got a feeling that's coming in next, because they need something to distract you.
And digital IDs.
Yeah, and they need it to distract you from the destruction that this war has caused. So they'll say the Queen's dead.
war's going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a quick one. I think.
Yeah, but the Queen's been dead for years. I believe the
least...
Queen's been dead for years. I don't know. That's not a fact. I don't know if that's a fact, but I believe she's been dead for years. Only because that, the Christmas speech was a bit.
I don't believe the Queen that we see is the Queen.
Nah,
definitely don't. And I know that sounds a bit out there, and I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." I really don't care. I really don't care if people call me that, because
I don't think it's
I just think when you look into certain things, and no, absolutely not. I take it as a compliment hugely. Because a lot of people I know that have been called conspiracy theorists, they know so much. They have dug deep on a lot of,
people should be proud to be conspiracy
issues.
Theorists, because if you don't believe, you know what I mean? You should be proud. You should be proud.
Well,
to be a conspiracist.
I think you should take it with a pinch of salt. Like, if the problem
so Michael,
is,
do you not believe in crop circles? Have you seen crop circles?
What, done by?
Do you know what I'm talking about? Well, I don't know who it's done by, but they appear. Now you mean to tell me that
I know there's crop circles.
I just think there's so much we don't know, and I just think there's so much we don't know about this world. And
You've got to question it, as if you wouldn't question that. Where the fuck did that come from? As if you wouldn't question that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I never once said that. I said we need to question stuff. Yes, but when you're questioning facts, like when flat earthers question gravity and the fact that the earth is round, that to me, when there's that facts in science, that is when I go, hang on a minute. Like when you drink your own piss, that to me is a little bit like, science said you shouldn't do that. So
not that I do that.
I'm all for people questioning the world.
Apparently, it's really good if it's the first
every
in the
fucking
morning.
thing.
But Michael, have you done it? Have you drunk your own piss?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Okay, well then that's for your it tastes disgusting, so therefore you won't do it again. But there's a lot of people who will literally not try it themselves and then literally say, "Nah, it's right, it's right." Do you remember you remember how like nowadays like no way, I wouldn't do that. Why would I do that? I'm not doing that.
So
because I'm not.
Piss,
but the thing is, I'm logical thinking that
piss is waste. It's not. That's the whole point of it. Piss is waste.
Do you lick your own blood then? Do you drink your own blood?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
but that's because it doesn't mean to come out. If I cut myself, it's not a natural thing, is it? But you don't. Imagine a car.
Where are we going with this?
You won't grab a hose.
I'm
from
confused.
I'm confused. Into your engine, would you?
All right, look. Okay, fair enough. I agree with you, Michael. And also, I also have to say, if you're a conspiracist, I'm a conspiracist. I flipping love it. I absolutely do not believe any more or any less that the globe is a globe and the world is flat. I don't care. It's only because I don't have proof. It's only because I haven't flown to space and seen it. And I also don't believe that 9/11 was legit terrorist attack. I think it was an inside job. I also believe that, things like, did we go to the moon back in 1969? And you know what? We've done a whole episode on this in the past. If you want to watch it, I'll put a link in the description. Click on there and take a look for yourselves and let us know what you think. Also, if you do want to get involved in the discussion, you can. We have a Discord channel dedicated to the Elite Thinking Club. For anybody that wants to become a member, you can join us and join the discussion. We have categories on all these things, from spirituality to conspiracies to freedom fighting, freedom marches, all that good stuff. So make sure you tune into that if you want to.
There.
Exactly. We're always on there. Right then. Let's play one more video. Here's a good one. Play the video, woman, of the little girl. Oh no, that's not even fair. That's not right. I shouldn't have even said that. Play the video of the woman trapped in the little girl's body.
Ready?
If
Yeah.
you were to look at me, you would think I'm just a normal little girl doing normal little girl things with my fun, crazy family. I have no clue what lane you're in.
Because you're supposed to sit up.
I am sitting up. I still can't see over the dashboard. But the truth is, I'm not a little girl. I'm a woman. A 22-year-old woman. Stuck in the body of an 8-year-old.
We can't have children at the bar.
I want to get a tattoo.
How old are you?
There is an age requirement. I'm 22.
Shauna was 6 months old when we found out she had brain cancer.
My pituitary gland was rendered almost dormant because of the chemotherapy. The doctor told me I was done growing. My bones were fused, and my height is 3 feet and 10 inches.
I feel, I guess, almost guilty that she will have to go through this for the rest of her life. So all I can do is protect her.
Even though I physically can't grow up, I desperately want to be treated like a grown-up.
But unfortunately, that ain't gonna happen. When you see someone, like, you have to accept fate, girl. You have to accept it, like, that you are a woman trapped in a little girl's body. I mean, unless she becomes famous. Like, if she's world famous, people will know. Oh yeah, that's that woman in the girl's body. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you guys think
of
of
that?
that?
A blind date. That must have been so awkward for the guy. Like, imagine that, like, because he was a full-grown guy.
Yeah.
And then, so he's waiting there on a blind date, and then she comes in, and then...
Well,
so
she's not a full-grown woman, though. Yeah, go on, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, her brain is. I mean...
Yeah.
Maybe.
But her body ain't.
Maybe.
You destroy her. You would destroy her. You can't do them things, man. You can't.
Right. I'm just putting it out there. So that is my warning. I'm putting it out there. Maybe they should clone someone like her, and then dodgy people.
No, don't.
Nah, Michael, don't say it. I know where you're going. We're not going there. We're not going there. What I would say though is that guy. You remember? What are you talking about, Willis? What's his name? I don't even know his name. What are you talking about, Willis? From Different Strokes. Was he had the same symptoms? Maybe. Like,
oh.
Do you get what I'm talking about? Do you know the guy I'm talking about?
I've forgotten his name.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I know
but
which one you're on about.
Maybe that's the same thing, because then it would be okay, I suppose. Well, obviously they have to like each other, but anyway, can you imagine?
Gary Coleman.
There you go, Liz. Thank you. Yeah. Can you? I mean, I've never, ever in my history even seen anything resemble that, apart from the Different Strokes guy. But yeah, must be difficult to constantly be thought of as a little girl. Must get bored. The joke
it must be so frustrating, because you must feel stuck, because everybody around you seems big and tall, and it must be so frustrating that you want to. I mean, there's perks to it, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure there's, the emotional and mental side of it. It must be really frustrating and
can't even drive the
deeply
car.
affect them, because to know they're never going to be like a grown woman. Yeah, and I think that probably affects lots of elements in her health as well. Like, can she have children? Like, probably not. Like,
yeah. Did you see that they?
It's quite.
They did her dirty though, didn't they? Did you notice that they did her dirty?
Did her dirty? What do you mean?
they put her in a massive chair to talk to. You don't see how big the chair
I
was.
didn't even notice.
Why do they always do that?
Very observant, Marcus. I didn't even see it. Yeah, they put her in a massive
It's
chair.
to like highlight how small she is, isn't it? It's like to highlight the size difference.
The producers were like, stick her in a huge
Even
chair.
more.
Make her feel like a proper kid.
She'll probably watch that back and be like, "What are you doing?"
So bad, isn't it? It is mental.
dear.
It is mental. But again, back to conspiracies. Who knows? That could just be there for the TV. They may have made up that whole thing just to make a, I don't know. She probably is a little girl. Just been told, act like a woman trapped in a little girl's body. Who knows? I don't know.
A clip for everybody to talk about, which we are.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. It's worked.
And it was on TikTok, so it could be bogus. Could be China showing us these mad videos.
Yeah, seriously. But awesome. Did we did show the video of the fake footage, didn't we? Of the mainstream media playing up and all that. Yeah. Well, I love that. All right, guys. Well, I don't think we have anything else really to talk about tonight, unless you two want to talk about anything more tonight. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
We've got one more video to go.
Have we?
Yeah.
Run it. What is it? I forget.
I'll let it surprise you.
Let's have it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let me explain to you why all Europeans are racist. I guess by now you have all seen some footage from the Ukrainian-Polish border where they let white people pass but not black people. But that's just overt racism. Where it gets tricky is covert racism, because European humanism usually always meant that only Europeans are human. Humanitarian acts are usually acts of violation that racialize and mold a certain kind of subhuman. And let me draw an analogy between slavery and refugee. There is a book by Zakaya Imam Jackson, and she gives the example where the slave master teaches the enslaved people how to read. But these acts of kindness are still built on the sovereign I, the master, the white master. So these acts of kindness then reproduce a certain kind of hierarchical ontology, because the white master secures his white master status to manage and control the enslaved people. And I've always said the asylum system is the same thing. Asylum system is a deliberate strategy that has been invented to subjugate non-white people. This is clear now because now we have white refugees from Ukraine, and now everyone thinks the asylum system is shit, so they can just come in without applying for asylum. Racism does not just mean I hate black people like the right wings, but it also means that you have an implicit bias of superiority that you have to help and manage someone like the leftists. As long as you are not arguing for the right to freedom of movement for everyone and for equality of movement for everyone, you are a racist.
Fuck, I forgot I posted that to you, Michael, to post on the Alex episode. Obviously, I was prepared to talk about it because I sent it to you, but I forgot how deep it actually was. But yeah, all right. Yeah, we're not ready to finish this. I actually agree with her. I totally agree with her.
I 100% agree that if you don't stand for all, you can't just stand for some. You stand for all, or no.
I totally agree with her in a sense that when you're subconsciously racist, some people do not like to admit that. They don't understand it because they have never explored it. So we're going to explore this. The media have portrayed Ukraine as a most important country. We're supposed to give a shit. And like I mentioned earlier about people who just don't give a shit about other countries that are, just developing, and I don't want to say developed, raped, pillaged, ruined because of supremacy. It is racist. I mean, you can argue it till the cows come home, but a lot of people are like, no, we don't want foreigners coming in. We don't want asylum seekers coming in. Fucking hell. We've got our own things to worry about. But as soon as Ukrainian people need to get in here as asylum seekers, got nowhere else to go. Everyone's like, yeah, let them in. Let them in. They're desperate. They need it. They need the help. Let them in. Let them in. Do you even realize how racist that sounds? Or how racist that actually is? Do you even see it? Do you even see it? No, because it's in your subconscious. But that's how deep it goes. Yeah, for real. But I agree with her 110%.
Can I also say, which I think is really messed up about this country, in the UK. So obviously what is happening is terrible, and obviously what is happening all over the world where there's conflict is terrible. Where I see people saying that, like, you know, we stand with Ukraine and we should have the you know, that we should help them, we should be getting them here, giving them jobs, rehoming them here, and you know, they're all really passionate about it, and they're all like, come on, we all need to come together to do this. These people, this is what I think is so messed up. People are walking past homeless teenagers and homeless veterans in the UK, not even giving them a second glance, or even bothering to stop and speak to that human and ask them, do you need anything? Are you okay? Have you got any help? But yet they'll go online, or they'll, you know, start rallying around, you know, and getting donations for people, for strangers they've never even met, and they're passing these people on their own streets.
Do you know what I think
and I
that
just
is,
think
Liz?
it's just so messed up. It's just so upside down.
I think it's because they know that if you do it online,
Because they get told,
you're seen to be like you care, whereas you don't actually care. Whereas, like, in the physical sense, walking past,
I just find it disingenuous.
Walking past a homeless person, you're in essence showing you don't care. My old mentor said to me once, Jules, what you walk past, you accept. Like, what you let go, you accept.
Exactly.
And that, you know, isn't that deep in a sense.
Yeah, I just...
But it is, like, yeah.
I just get passionate about it, because I just think if you're going to stand up, like, stand up. And you shouldn't, if something's right in front of you and right under your nose, you know, if you're going to be bothered about something far away, be bothered about what's right on your doorstep as well.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, there's levels of hypocrisy,
the best way you're going to make
there?
a difference in the world, the best way you're going to make difference in the world is start local.
Be the change you want to see, I heard.
I'm not saying we shouldn't help these people in other countries. Of course we should. We've been giving aid as a country. The UK has been giving aid to several nations for hundreds of years. And
yeah, we just stop.
You know, we should always be. Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, you know, we should be sensible about it. But I also think that it's this whole virtue signaling. It's the whole, oh, I stand with them and I think I'm going to, you know, make some shoe boxes and do this, that and the other. And I'm thinking, okay, what about poor old Pete on the road, up the road? You know, give him a sandwich, give him a shoe box. You know, it's...
Well, we can't help everyone.
local,
and
people.
I have to
Start
highlight,
local.
you know, as a country,
No.
one does not represent all. And therefore, it is only fair to say, do what you can do. You know, but don't feel like you always have to do what you, but then do what you must do, but only do what you can do. So some people, yeah, all they can do is post because they can't physically do much else. I mean, that's fine. I'm not here to say, and definitely please do not mistake us for being sanctimonious. We're not all flipping Samaritans out here. I even admitted it openly earlier. I couldn't really care more or less for a Ukrainian person like I do for people that need £2 a month on the TV. Like, I really do not place them any differently on my care level. I'm not manipulated by the media, and I like to think that I've got a critical thinking mind. But the reality and the fact of the matter is, it just really winds me up how it don't wind me up. I just guess my mission is to try and free the minds of those who are so easily influenced to think a certain way. Because whether you know it or not, you are subconsciously racist, as that woman just highlighted in the video. And even if you don't want to admit that, you can't call me that. I'm not a racist. I know you're not consciously a racist. I know you know it's wrong to be racist. However, do you understand subconsciously when you favor certain asylum seekers to others? Do you get where I'm coming from? Do you understand what you're doing here? Do you understand how you are presenting yourself? It isn't who you are inside. It's what you do that defines you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm safe because I don't want any of them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm not saying I don't want anybody. I do believe that we should help people. I do believe that we should all help each other globally. I just think it's just so corrupt, and yeah, the whole system.
Michael, what you got to say, man? I know you've been waiting to get a word in. Me and Liz just keep going.
I'm trying to think of the words in the best way to say it. Because, like you said, Liz, like there's people out on the street that need help. But it's not always easy because of personal. Like, I will give to charity. I give to charity a lot. I did a skydive for charity. One of my favourite charities actually, Teens Unite, which is why I've always got this little dog here. But it's Teens Unite. So I'll give money, but me being in the same room, like I will freely. If I've got the money, I would give money online to Teenage Cancer Trust. I wouldn't want to give it to them in person because I don't like being in front of people when I'm trying to do good things. So for me personally, I get that. That makes me awkward. On the other side of it, on like people coming over, I personally, unfortunately, I think that we should sort our own country out before we accept anybody in. That's not anybody. Whoever you are, I think we should sort our own back garden out before we start letting people in.
I suppose it's just being brutally honest and saying, do you actually give a shit, or are you only giving a shit because it's popular to give a shit, or do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's the in thing now to give a shit. Because I openly admit I don't give a shit. Like, why should I give a shit? Explain to me why. Because the media told me to give a shit. I don't give a shit. Like, I didn't give a shit about all the other places getting bombed and shit. And that's not me trying to.
But the thing is, if you didn't see it or hear it, if you didn't see it or hear it, Jules, you wouldn't know about it to care about it. So that's the whole point. You know, the Western media, they're manipulating everybody to, you know, do all of this and feel all of this and think all of this, when actually, if nobody had heard about it, would anybody right now, would they be sitting there caring or even thinking about Ukraine? Would it be crossing their mind?
That's the point we're trying to make right now. Like, you know, open the mind. Be mindful, critical think, elite think, if you will. And if you want to talk more about this, guys, hit the Discord. We're in there and we're chatting away about all this sort of stuff. Like, we've only got a little bit left of the episode. So if you haven't done so already, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe, follow us, because we'll be doing a lot more episodes like this. If you haven't done so already, Liz, Michael, guys, we're coming to the end of the episode, and I'm really, really glad that you were both here tonight to talk about it. And I love the new format. What about you? Do you think... You think it's worked well?
I think there's still some bugs. The fact that we're not actually live on Facebook right now.
Oh, we're not? Oh, okay.
No.
Well, we'll get that right when we get it right. But this episode will be on the YouTube, so happy days.
Yeah. So
right.
Hello,
so, from me, Liz, and Michael, stay tuned for the next episode. And everyone everywhere, we want to know what you guys think. Please comment, let us know, and join us on the Discord chat. Love that. Right then.
We'll see you there.
Yeah. All right then, guys. Well, from me, Liz, and Michael, everyone everywhere,
see you next week.
Peace and love.